Yes, comedy clubs are disgusting. Also, give me a check there.
Hey,
I
it's
should
me,
have done this before.
Maximilian
All right,
Spinelli.
here we go.
At Max a Gazillion.
Oh, okay. Dropping the instas
Dropping
early.
the ats.
Is that also TikTok?
It's everything.
It's everything.
It's everything.
Good.
I really leaned in hard at 14 years old. I thought I came up with the pun that you wouldn't believe.
Max a Gazillion?
Yeah, I tried Max a million, then Max a billion, Max a trillion. I had to go to Gazillion. I had to go to a made-up number.
Were there too many?
There was already a Max a million, a Max the username, Max a million, Max a million, Max a billion, Max a trillion.
And then you ended up
Max a Gazillion. Max a Gazillion. Beat that. That's
Gotcha.
the fucking most.
I'll be honest. I think I've been following you for probably 5-6 years now. Just realized that's what
You
you
didn't
did.
put that together?
Yeah. I was like Max a Gazillion. What
You just thought it was a stupid little gay thing.
Yeah. It's like, the fuck is this?
No, it's sick. It's pretty cool. Are we recording?
No, yeah, we're going.
God, what am I on Rogan? That's what
well,
you gotta ask.
My first. So you're a backup guest.
Thank.
I was supposed to have a first guest on, and then he's gonna do Rogan,
Yeah.
Donald J. Trump.
Yeah.
And I said, who's the next closest thing
Donald J. Trump.
to Donald J. Trump?
Big views on this. I can't do an impression of him. I can do a Kamala.
Oh.
Yeah. I can't answer that question. Come on, that's good. Come on. I will be voting for it. I'm excited to.
Well, you're gonna do the right thing.
Yeah, I will do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
I'm gonna write in democracy on the ballot.
Yeah, that's what Brooklyn's doing. And according to my dad, that counts as Kamala. That's a big vote.
Oh, you know what's interesting? Purposely pronouncing the name wrong shows how well you have a handle on the actual pronunciation of the name.
What is the correct pronunciation?
You know it's Kamala. You know it's Kamala.
I don't know it's Kamala.
You know it's. What are you watching? You watch.
Oh, what do you think I'm watching?
I think I know.
Yeah. I'm watching the truth.
Oh my God. It is Kamala though. It's not. Are these 2 bullets you got here?
Yeah, you want some?
Actually, I wouldn't mind.
Okay.
A little bullet rocks. That's my drink.
There you go. I do have a date at 7:30.
You do? So then, we get you lubed up for this thing.
There
Let's
we
get
go.
you lubed up. I have dinner with the wife when I get home.
There we go. Oh, wait, you're married?
No.
Okay.
I just call her that because we moved in together.
Are you still across the street?
No, we're in Harlem now. Kathy's still across the street. If you ever need anything, little sugar, little
Wait,
milk.
was that the roommate?
Yeah, you met her.
No.
you know Kathy.
Yeah. How are we gonna do this? Okay, you keep.
Should I get glasses?
People.
Should I get 2 glasses?
I'll get 2 glasses.
Okay,
you keep talking.
I'll start taking my clothes off.
Don't have ice.
You don't have ice?
No.
Do it straight.
All right.
That's how real men drink it. It's gonna be yucky.
Yeah.
It's gonna be yucky.
Well, I originally got this because Ken Owadu came to my apartment.
I love that man.
Fantastic.
And he's a smooth gentleman.
He's very smooth. And what do you mean by that?
No, he is smooth.
Yeah.
What are you running out? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, it's fine. I thought I was getting the rich apple 4-finger pour. No, that's too much. Oh, that's too much. I'm kidding. That's fine. That's good. That's good.
My dad's gonna tell. Here you go. Put this.
Oh, thank you. Cheers. What do we call them? The Happy Hours?
I call them the gays.
Is that true? What are your demographics? Do we know?
I don't know in terms of sexual orientation.
But you know.
But I know in terms of gender.
Cheers.
Cheers to the special.
Thank you.
It's an 80-20 split. Way more females than you think.
20% gals.
Yeah.
Get the hell
Or
up.
identify
as. God bless.
That's right.
God bless.
That's right. But yeah, I'm shocked when I see that.
That's
number.
impressive.
And only 50% in the U.S.
I was looking at the analytics on my special. If you had to take a shot in the dark, what would you say is percentage guys and girly pops? So far, we're only on day 2 or 3.
40-60.
60
Gal.
60 gal, 40 dude?
Yeah.
It's the exact flip.
60-40.
Turns out, I'm for the boys. All this time, you didn't think it.
Boy, did I lose that bet.
Yeah. That's why I on a bit of a trick for you. Yeah.
Damn, DraftKings just got my money.
Yeah, it's a Barstool special.
Yeah. Portnoy took it. 60-40.
60-40. I mean, you do have to, and I think that just the audience for stand-up comedy is probably at least 60-40.
Oh, I think way more.
More? Yeah.
I mean, how many podcasts I think are more women than stand-up?
Yeah, but those podcast women are also doing stand-up. Like Hannah Berner is also selling out theaters for stand-up.
Yeah, but I think because people come to her because of the pod.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
I don't know, but her clips online pop.
They pop.
She's popping.
She's a marketing genius.
She is. She has tapped into something that I only have tried to do.
Well, you got to get into a Bravo show.
That's true. I just have to do Summer House.
You have to do Summer House. You have to basically create it.
I still think about sometimes what would have happened if I was actually on season 2 of The Circle, and I didn't make it on. I made it
Did
through.
you audition?
I was talking to producers. Yeah, I was talking to producers. They wanted me to be the villain. They were like they
cast the villain.
They were you talk about being your personality type or whatever, and they're like, okay, so you're going to be like the sassy comic kind of, stirring up trouble. I said, that's been my whole life. You know what I mean?
You guys must have seen me.
And then right before I meet with one of the producers, the casting guy, he calls me and he goes, we already have a villain. Don't be yourself. Don't be you. This is what he says to me.
Don't be you.
He goes, don't be you. Do not be you. He goes, be nice. Be kind. And I was like, I am nice and kind. But like for the reality thing, I was like, I'll be this kind of like whatever you like, whatever, sure. That's my character, sure.
Okay.
I was being more of like a stage kind of persona than me, but then that got so in my head that when I was talking to her and I was like, "And where are you from?" You know what I mean? Like I was like the girl, like the producer.
Yeah,
when I was Zoom meeting with her, I just like I wasn't riffing at all. You know what I mean?
So you just lost all your spark.
I lost my sauce.
You lost your zest.
He took my sauce away.
You took your sauce away.
Well, imagine somebody right before the call, he goes, don't be you.
What did you do? He like called you on the phone?
He called me and he goes, they're going a different direction. Don't be you.
You're like, well, here we go.
I only have one thing.
But how'd you get into that? Like, how'd you get the intro?
I did. You probably remember this. I was in a stand-up comedy competition called Sloshed.
Of course.
Which was you take a shot in between every round. It starts with like 12 or 13 comics, and you go to the end taking a shot every time. I won that competition.
Congratulations.
In many ways, the next day I didn't feel like I won.
That's what happened.
And
for art.
And the guy who ran that, when it moved into casting, and like was like, hey, I think I'd like to submit you for The Circle, and I submitted.
Oh.
Yes.
That's easy.
It was fun. Yeah, it was actually pretty simple.
Yeah, it's a pretty straightforward process.
It's a pretty easy process.
Reality TV shouldn't work like a job application.
Yeah. Well, that's like people like my life is sweet misery. But no, somebody was like, how'd you get into that club? And I'm not going to say the club, but I was like, well, I ended up behind the booker on a plane, and we were just chatting. We hadn't seen each other, and then I happened to be doing a show, an outside produced show that Tuesday after JFL where we saw each other, and she saw me at that. So it was just 1-2 punch. I was like, you should try. Have you tried that? I was like, you should try that.
Have you tried just boarding planes consistently to where comedy festivals are
going to be? Have you tried just going to Montreal a couple times?
You're a mimosa person on a plane?
No. I do not like a drink on a plane because
that's shocking.
I love an edible. I'm zooted to space. I'm higher than the plane. Let me tell you that.
Come on, folks.
I'm a peer. God knows it. At least once an hour.
You're a peer.
I'm a peer.
A peer.
I'm a pee guy. I pee constantly.
Oh, a peer. Okay.
I'm one of your peers, but I am a peer.
That's what I was like, to who?
I'm a peer to most.
Okay.
No, I don't like to kind of keep getting up and stuff on the plane, so I'm not drinking. And once I have like one drink, you talk about
so you
it's
don't drink
unlocked.
before the plane either.
I don't drink, but unless it's like the end of a vacation and we're all having a couple of we're deleting some airport beers.
Okay. Not a term I thought you knew. Some termies. Okay.
I said Barstool made my special.
That's right. You just put the watermark there.
Yeah.
Sue you. Like, no, don't do this.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Were you ever like could you get that vibe off like you used to be addicted to prescription pills but no longer?
Thank you so much for assuming. No, I never got into hardcore drugs. Even college and stuff. And I don't consider cocaine a hardcore drug, but
okay, well that's where we differ.
I've done a gentleman's amount of that in my lifetime, but like you're talking about like Molly. Like I also had a couple experiences right before. I was gonna try Molly before a Diplo concert in college, and we got it, and then we had like a test kit, and it was meth. Like it turned like the color of meth. So like ever since I was like, I don't need to try it.
That's fair.
I don't need that.
Okay.
And cocaine's never been mixed with anything bad, so you don't have to worry about.
No.
But that's in your 20s. You would do anything. You're in Hartford. You're in
Except
Hartford,
meth,
Connecticut.
apparently.
What are you gonna do?
How did meth get to Hartford, Connecticut?
Well, that was in Fairfield, Connecticut. The Molly meth. That
That's
was
even
at
more shocking.
university.
That's more money.
But my friend who lived in Bridgeport bought it,
That's
and Lord knows who he
how
got
it
that.
happens.
Yeah, that's how it happens.
That's how it happens.
That's how it happens.
Amazing McDonald's in Bridgeport.
Oh, you would not believe. Actually, there's some great pizza in Bridgeport too.
Really?
You know, it's all New Haven. You go to Bridgeport, there's a couple good pies.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna rush.
Yeah.
I'm all right.
Yes.
To do the funny bone there? No thanks.
Funny Bones Hartford.
Wait, but there is a club in Bridgeport.
Stress Factory.
Stress Factory.
Yeah. Vinny? Ready?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to you. You're not
Shout out,
booking me.
Vin.
Who gives a shit? Go fuck yourself. We usually save this for the page. But all right.
That's good.
I did watch the special during
You watched
work
it?
today.
Thank you.
Yes. I had a lot to do.
How'd you feel?
Very good.
Thank you.
The guy in the front, the glass blower,
Yeah.
he really didn't want to be there.
No, you can tell. And
Yeah.
when Metcalf, shout out Chris Metcalf,
Shout out Chris Metcalf.
the guy who actually made my special. If anybody watching is a comic and or just somebody who wants to make something, hire this man. While we were editing this special, we kept with like that crowd work part where I'm talking to this guy in the crowd and he's like, they look like the Taylors from Friday Night Lights, and I say that, and he's a glass worker, and I keep losing him and then bringing him back. We're like, you can tell, like it goes back to him, and he's like, "Where are you going with this, queer boy?" That's reading through, and then I get him back, and his wife's losing her mind, but he's just crossing his arms, and I'm like,
You could hear him when you said you had a girlfriend.
Yeah.
You were like shocked. You could hear him go.
he spits his drink.
I heard that big cough. I was like, oh, that's a glass blower.
That's the glass man.
Also, who's a glass blower?
Well, he makes automotive glass.
The fuck does that mean?
Like
Windshields.
Like windshields, yeah. That's
You make
good.
all?
That's good glass.
Is that good glass?
That's good glass.
What is that? Does he do the rear view?
I don't know. What you saw in the special was my interaction with that man in this life.
I don't know how much you cut.
Honestly, not a lot. It was what many would describe as two perfect shows. So it's a lot of Sophie's
That's
choice.
it. No big deal. Yeah, when I saw his face and I said, "Oh, this is not a Max Spinelli fan."
No. You know what? But winning over those guys is the finest achievement. You know what I mean?
Yes.
When I do like a road thing, like when you're in like some brewery or some random place in like a town that's near a city, but it turns out that's not. Actually doesn't feel like it's near a city, and you just see this group of like this big room of people are like, well, they're gonna hate me, and then those actually end up just being people that came to have a fun time,
which
is
is rare for comedy.
Yeah, that's
shockingly
in the city. It's way rarer than it is outside of New York City. Yeah, I would say that. I mean, although sometimes you get whatever. You know, there's some history in a town. If there's some history in the town, sure.
Yeah, the good old days.
Yeah, it's one of those sundown vibes.
Yeah,
I'm not really enjoying that. But yeah, it's fun when you connect with people that right beforehand you're like, well, they're gonna fucking hate me.
Yeah, yeah. That's my your glass blower is my COVID mass lesbian.
Yeah.
I see them in the crowd and I go, oh boy.
Which is tough in New York, huh?
Oh boy, why do you think I don't do Brooklyn much? You should have seen me at Pulzello's show when I opened for him.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Where was it? Union Hall?
West Side.
West Side.
Comedy Club.
Oh, Comedy Club.
He sold it out on a Thursday.
Well, I mean, the guy's got an audience.
He's got an audience.
But he's not even wearing the scarf. He's up there. He's up there, no scarf.
People don't even know who he is when he first gets up there. Like, who the fuck? Oh, there's the scarf.
Oh, okay, there he is.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny is, and that's what's crazy about this. He is such a good stand-up, and he just did those videos as a whim, but like he built a whole audience off of it.
He's selling out shows around the world.
And as he should, but it's like he deserved to blow up from his stand-up as well. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
No
like,
one cares
and
about
no
the
one cares
stand-up.
about this. No one
That's
cares
the
about
good
this.
stuff.
Yeah, that is the actual like. That's what he's like really writing and stuff. And it's like, although he does put a lot of work into those videos as well.
He puts a lot of work into those videos, but you could tell he tries to do the stand-up in the beginning.
Yeah,
they hated me. Oh, they hate me. They hated El Orlando too.
Well, because you two are both different kinds of American trash. Yeah. And I don't think that's what the people that like him, they don't want that.
It's like they didn't know comedy existed.
Right.
They're like, why?
Well, because you guys are both
this?
jokes.
We're
people.
trying to make people laugh.
Yeah, you're writing punchlines, and people don't like that.
And after doing this for 10 years, I've learned.
Yeah,
people have
do
no
not.
interest in punchlines.
They do not like that.
And Dan's trying some jokes up top, and they're like, "What?" He's like, "Who here's from Romania?" And they're like, yeah.
So what is he doing? Crowd work? Or what's he doing?
It's a
Why
lot
are we
of-
making this the Dan Pulzello? Let's unpack Dan's act.
Well, I just had him on. It's me with the fucking recorder and this
Thank you.
ring light that I don't put on. So it's wait, what was the question?
Why are we talking about Dan Pulzello for this? This poor guy. He's sweet.
amazing.
And the beard. Have you seen the beard? And he was wonderful in the special. Quick little
wonderful
part.
in the special.
Well, scene stealer.
That's right.
Scene stealer.
That's right. I'll be honest. The last sketch of the special.
Poops out.
No, the one after that.
Sleep paralysis.
Yes.
Yes.
Where it's Jason Joy, Chris Metcalf.
Yeah.
And I didn't read the credits fully
Okay.
because it said Jerron Young,
Yeah.
who everyone on that has been on this podcast.
Yeah.
And then the individual came up on the screen, and I go,
With that.
Jerron looks different.
Yeah. Well, first it's Momo, and then
Well,
it's
yes, I've learned that. So I legit paused. I was like, "That's
You
not."
flip you a hole now.
Like, get a haircut or something?
Must be the lighting in there. Jesus,
Whoopsie daisy. Could have used more, I guess. I don't know.
No glasses, huh? Finally got contacts. That was so fun just having people do it with me, though. Like, do the special with me.
Yeah.
That was, like, cool. Like, it was fun to just kind of, like... It made it less solo. I also wanted to have sketch involved in it. You know what I mean?
You're a sketch guy.
I'm a sketch... I just, like that. You know what I mean? Like, I just did this... You probably saw the headlines this morning, but I was named today Comedian of the Day by WeOwnTheLaughs.com.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, sometimes people get what they deserve.
You, George Carlin,
Yeah,
Steve
yeah.
Martin,
You're talking about, yeah.
Al Jolson.
Al Franken.
Al Frank.
But in that, like, it's like, you know what? What kind of interview questions trip you up? Like, or not even interview, like icebreakers. Because it's like comedic influences. That kind of thing is like, what am I supposed to put? And like, it was half stand-up and half like sketch and like acting people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I put like Tina Fey, Key and Peele, like that kind of.
Fine.
I think that's, but it's like, I would say it's like equal forces of influencing me.
I mean, what's the divide of the special? I would say
It's 45-10. It's 45 stand-up, 10 sketch. So it's mostly stand-up.
yeah, but
But I love stand-up more than anything in this life.
it's the most fun to do.
It is, and it's so
least-
immediate.
It's very immediate. It fulfills what we're looking for.
Right, it gets you that.
Financially, the worst thing you could decide to
It
do.
is not smart.
No.
Yeah, I ran into that guy that I used to do mics with back in the day on the train, and he goes, "Well, you're doing this full time," and I go, "I am doing it full time, but I also still work part time."
What's the definition of full time?
Yeah, I am putting in full time hours and making money. I'm making what would have been a wonderful living in 1978.
The problem's more the time I'm living in.
It's inflation. It's not me.
It's Kamala.
It is, though. It is.
It's I went on a date with a girl, different girl than later today.
Wow, this guy's working the boards.
Listen, the apps are hot.
Are they?
Oh yeah,
You're doing well?
Spicy.
That's great.
What was I gonna say? So she goes. She's like, "Oh wait, you do stand up?" I dated a comic. I talked about this
Ooh.
on the page.
Who?
Well, I'll say back on the page.
Oh,
when
on
we
the
get to
page. Cool.
I won't say the name regular. You guys got to pay for that. He has been on this pod.
Has he?
Yes.
Get the hell out.
And a lot of these folks have been sending him a lot of money.
Really?
Yes.
For foot stuff?
Yes.
Wow.
He's made over $10,000.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
I have a guess at who it is, and I'll save it for the page.
Save it for the
I
page.
have a guess.
It's not Juan.
I didn't think it would be.
It's not Elliot.
I didn't think it would be.
All right, we'll save it for the page.
I have a clear picture in my mind, and I think I'm correct.
You're probably correct.
I'm probably correct. And for the page, these shoes are coming on.
There you go,
You
folks.
can come to the page.
Subscribe.
These shoes are coming up.
So she's like, but he's a full-time comic. I was like, do you know what the difference between full-time and not full-time is? She's like,
Yeah.
no. I was like, saying it.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Well, it is. There is a difference in the sense of people making money and people who can't even get a free drink for their terrible, terrible comedy.
Yeah, of course. Like Norman's a full-time comic.
But he's a superstar. That's also a difference.
That's what you need to be.
When you talk about being a full-time comic, it's not. You can't be a club comic anymore. That's not.
Seinfeld doesn't exist anymore.
Like, I am a full-time club comic, but I would not be able to live in this city. I wouldn't be able to live. Right. I would have to have 4 roommates in Bushwick, and I would be doing sex with them to keep the lifestyle.
And we know a good amount of folks doing that. Lifestyle.
and we know several people doing that lifestyle. But I also like nice things, so sue me.
Right, you have Tasha from Fairfield County.
Trumbull, Connecticut.
Ooh.
Yes.
Not as nice as I thought.
No, Fairfield's too rich for our blood.
Yeah, Fairfield County, nice.
Oh,
used to go to New Fairfield a time or two.
Trumbull in Fairfield County, but one of the middle of the road towns in the county.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're getting some of the funding.
Not too flashy.
Just how you like it.
Yeah, that's me. You know me, under the radar.
Right, of course. You're like the Kia of Connecticut.
Yeah, I'm just a little dancing hamster.
Yeah. So shout out to that car. What are we talking? We're bouncing. This whiskey's hitting.
Let me tell you something. It's hitting me, and I'm enjoying it.
It's fun.
And it's nice. I think this should be a part of the pod.
Really?
Can I tell you, I used to be a Happy Hour watcher and listener. I don't listen to or watch any podcasts anymore because I don't have any free time. But a wonderful podcast. A good watch and listen. You have fun conversation.
Someone commented on the last episode and said, I love listening to this as I do chores. And I'm like, that's exactly what we're going for.
That's what it is. It's just fucking, it's not background music because that doesn't give it what it is. It's more like just kind of hanging out. It's just there. It's kind of setting an ambiance, an atmosphere.
That's what. Well, one person said your friends are so interesting. And I said, well, you need better friends.
Yeah, these people, especially the ones.
Who,
Kirschenbaum? What? Yeah. You want to peel back the layers on that fucking nut?
That Jew?
And now we can't monetize.
No, we can't. It's after 10 minutes.
Okay. Oh, that's the thing.
Plus, I think Google's pro-Palestine, so you can say whatever you want
You're
about
good.
them. Go ahead. Let it rip.
Let it rip.
No, these people aren't interesting. Most of these people aren't interesting. I try to get interesting people on. They won't do it.
But when you think about it, though, I think most people aren't interesting.
Well, most people watching aren't interesting.
No, they're interesting because they have having an interest in things like this is interesting. I'm talking about and it's fine, guilty pleasure. This is not the whole bucket, but people that really, genuinely, and it is high art to them, Dancing with the Stars. You know, the other one where they're in the costumes. What is that one? The Masked Singer. And I don't do highbrow shit. It's mostly pee-pee, poo-poo, my humor. But at least there's a...
Oh, that wasn't you said croissant, the name of the special.
Croissant. Yeah, it's
croissant.
French.
Yeah.
It's French.
Guys got class. Where'd you get that croissant, by the way? Was it around here?
The croissant that's in the special?
Yeah.
In the thing?
Not the literal one, but like
where
based on the story.
No, it was across the street. It was AT's. I was with Mike Bermonte going to AT's. This was before.
What's AT's?
We were doing a show at the comic strip. AT's, they shut down. It was a terrible coffee shop. Terrible coffee shop. I can say that because they've been shut down because they did terrible.
Because it's bad.
It was bad. And they had like outdoor seating. This was like right after COVID, so it was like everybody had those huts.
Yes.
And the taxi cab, it was insane. And Mike and I did stay sat where we were while people were just like, ah.
But was the mouse?
The mouse was at me and Kathy's old apartment, right across the way. Right across from the way. That was deeply upsetting because we were on the 14th floor.
Yeah.
When you're on the 14th floor, you are out of the pest territory.
I was on the 36th floor once.
Did you have a mouse? No. But
Several.
But it's coming from the old pricks that live next to you. And
I'll tell you
I'll tell you I know it's it because it was when we finally figured out where they were coming from. It was the AC unit on the wall. There was a hole in there, and we lived next to this woman that, God bless her, we were never sure if she actually died because we wouldn't see her for a while, in a little scooter. But just like, like we would get a glimpse because sometimes she left her door open, and it was just a hoarder's paradise. And it's like they're coming
with a scooter.
With the scooter, yeah. This city is like. You're living in a fucking whatever, $1 million apartment. That's not what I was living in. I can't afford anything.
That's not what this is.
But like, you're living next to someone who's lived there since 1946 and is paying $12.
Well, I do have a bit of a unique situation.
What do you have?
I have a new neighbor. Yep, there.
Okay.
Right there. Elderly woman.
Yep.
Probably 70, mid-70s, I'd say.
Right.
Severe schizophrenic.
No.
Just moved in. How's she paying the rent?
Well, she's got to probably have somebody helping her. She's back.
Her kids come back and forth. She has one son that's a meth addict. He talked to me for a while. I learned a lot.
First of all, why are you talking to these people? Second
He
of all,
stopped me.
Why is she not in a facility?
That's what she should be.
It's the same price as a New York City apartment.
I think cheaper.
Probably.
It's got to be. There's no way she's paying
Can I say
$2,300
this?
for that.
And I forgot to bring it up to you when I walked into your home.
Please fill me in.
The buzzer of your apartment building. This is a lovely apartment.
It's
a
I
lovely
know.
building.
I know
I'd
you're
like a
gonna
nice
say.
entryway.
All right. They're really decorated, huh?
The way that the buzzer layout of the buttons
It's insane.
is. Have other people talked about this? Because it is. I was fucking trying to find one F. It's changing the shapes of the font too.
Yeah. Well, thanks for saying the apartment number. By the way, you left that in the special.
Which one?
The girl
girl's
said her
address?
address.
Yeah, she said it in the comments. She goes, "That's me, 190 Wadsworth."
What an idiot.
Gen Z doesn't give a fuck, and I do love them about that.
I did respect
I
it.
respect
Yeah,
that
yeah.
because it's
But-
like they're the only people. Like I do that. That's like a little canned crowd work in the hosting whenever you host. But the only people that ever have answered have been betwixt 20 and 26. You know what I mean?
The prime assault age.
Yeah. The ones that it's like, yeah, come over after. And it's like, no, don't tell people. That's the joke.
Also, that's how people find you.
That's how people find you.
Absolutely insane. But also, I don't know if you noticed, on the buzzer,
Yeah.
it says my name is Chang.
I was trying to find you on the list.
Yeah.
But the list was also all jumbled.
Yeah.
There's no order.
There's no order here.
It's 1H, 6C, 3-4. What are you looking
I
at?
thought I dripped a bit on
A little dribble?
Yeah. I'm not wearing this on the date.
Is
Don't
this
worry
your
about
date
it.
fit?
No.
I was going to say, that's got to change.
Yeah, no.
You cannot
I
wear
got
a-
a sweater. How about that?
Something to think about.
Also picked an Italian place that you just texted me before you walked in. By the way, I have celiacs.
No.
I was like, well, guess what?
And lactose intolerant.
Order a few apps then.
Where are you going?
Uva.
Oh, right down the street. Oh, Uva
She was
is
right there.
Uva's, first of all, brilliant. Because if she lives right here, you're going a little far away. It doesn't actually feel like you picked a spot out front. If you'd picked Felice, that would have been like, we're going to fuck.
Now, here's the thing with Felice.
You don't like Felice?
You're
'Cause
a big
that's my
Felice
spot.
guy.
You know I'm a Felice guy.
I know.
It's my backyard.
I think it's overrated. I never sat at the bar, though. You're a big Felice bar guy.
I'm a big Felice bar. We've been to the Felice bar together, have we not?
No.
After a show?
No.
After the strip?
No.
That's never happened?
We did go, and I used it as a first date spot for a very long time.
Yes.
What's the place next to 5 Mile Stone?
Not Penrose.
No. It's like attached to 5 Mile Stone. It's not part of 5 Mile Stone. But it's like
Bondurant's on the other side?
Bondurant's, thank you.
Bondurant's.
I used that as my first date spot for a while.
That's
because of
it's
you.
a cool bar. So it's understated. You're not. There's no expectations.
It's
at
popped
Bond-
off now.
It's
become
too,
very
it's
popular.
too popular now.
It's become
Yeah.
very popular.
It's because I find these things years beforehand.
You're a trendsetter.
No,
You
you're
don't need to
saying
be one.
you're saying that. I don't want it. I'm trying to live my life.
You got that sweater 9 years ago.
I actually got it on Saturday.
Oh, I'm trying to help you. But I did go first date Key and Heels.
Where is that based off of Key and Peele?
I walked in. I said, "Is this Key and Peele's?"
Yeah.
That's a common misconception.
Yeah, common.
We aren't two black guys in a
Where's
space.
Key and Heels?
Keys and Heels directly next to Hoover.
Oh,
You outside-
I thought that was a hardware store.
You think?
Is it a speakeasy?
Yep.
Wow, I never knew.
It also looks closed on the outside. I stood there for like 2 minutes like an asshole,
Right.
staring at the door.
And
Someone walked out. I walked in.
oh, you're supposed to just open
You're
the.
supposed to just open it.
Well, you know it's the worst fucking speakeasy in New York City.
The ice cream one?
The ice cream one.
Yeah.
It's the worst speakeasy.
I haven't been, but I
it's
heard.
$25 terrible cocktails. It's a menu of diabetes. It's all like ice cream and fucking sugar drinks.
Oh, is that the theme?
Well, no, it's not the theme.
All right.
They're like named after like celebrities. It looks like it would be a cool space, and then you step in a couple steps in, and it looks like it's an Instagram installation. It's like they
Yeah.
set up a set, but they didn't follow through on actually making it enjoyable. The drinks.
So it's like most comics.
Yeah. Oh, this guy's riffing. Come on.
Oh, this guy. You can tell when someone ran out of material real quick.
No, it's a terrible speakeasy. It is.
Here's what I don't like about a speakeasy.
Yeah.
Speakeasies, you shouldn't know they're there.
Well, the ones that are so kitschy that they're a popular speakeasy. That's not fun.
But you shouldn't be on
Key and
Google Maps.
Heels or Keys and Heels.
Keys and
I
Heels.
like that because I didn't know that was actually.
Shout
a
out to
thing.
Tommy O'Regan. Told me all about it.
Tommy O'Regan is a cool dude.
Tommy O'Regan
no
is
longer
one
in
of the most,
comedy.
he is, if you ask him.
He is.
Yeah.
I apologize for saying that. I thought he was out because somebody told me he was out, but he was like somebody. He's one of the ones that I was like, but he was doing it.
He's arguably the most talented person.
He's
I've ever met in my
extremely
life.
funny, and he saw successes. So why not just do it?
I don't know.
You know what? But I
can't
also
answer.
that's cool to go out when it's completely your choice, and someone's like, well, he just chose that.
I don't even know how you could stop at this point. We're in.
I've thought about it.
Oh, I think about it.
I've never thought about actually stopping, but I know exactly what I would do.
Well, fill me in.
I would own one of two things. I would go to the Florida Keys or Newport, Rhode Island, and I would.
Two very different places.
Either way, I'm open a bookstore cafe called Patsy's Revenge. Alternative, Newport Beach, California. You're coming to my breakfast spot, Nelly Frittatas.
I love that. That has to be done already.
I don't think it has. I haven't Googled it, and I swear, if you want to, you fucks take Nelly Frittatas. Put TM on it. Put TM on it.
No one edits
Copyright
this,
it.
but
If someone takes Nelly Frittatas from me, I'll kill myself. You live with that.
But that's got to be. She has to have that trademarked herself.
I don't think so.
No.
I haven't done any research because I don't want to get my heart broken. But those are my two business ventures.
Why the Keys and Newport, Rhode
the
Island?
Keys because
I get that.
The Keys because I read a John Grisham book, and it was about this like bookstore cafe owner, and he like was selling like counterfeit books, and like it was a cool guy.
Counterfeit books?
He was selling like the black market for like rare books, like first editions of like shit, and the FBI.
Does he just
like,
write that himself?
Grisham?
Yeah.
No.
Is that what a counterfeit book is?
But this guy seemed like the coolest guy in the world. This character in the book.
Right.
He's not even the main character.
Not even real.
I loved that. Newport, that's where I've summered since I was a child.
That's such a wealthy term.
My family doesn't own any property. One of my good friends, Kathy, across the street, her family owns a property in Newport.
I did have an uncle in the Keys.
Did you?
I did. Gay.
Believe it or not.
Uncle Robert.
I've got a gay uncle in New Haven, Connecticut. Huh. They love the
Does
water.
well?
They love the water.
New Haven.
Yeah, New Haven, but they're always in like whatever the newest apartment building is. They're always like in a new development.
That's how the gays
But can I
do
tell
it.
you this? Every year at Thanksgiving, they've got a new story of a death that happened in their building. They've moved. You know how many times they've moved? They're always somehow. They used to live in a house.
Because of the deaths?
No. I don't think it's bad juju after that, but they're in New Haven. It's because they're like the fun gays, everyone in the neighborhood. Like they get to know everyone. And then they become friends with these psychopaths. They're criminals. The last one, they were at some apartment building, and they were good friends with this lesbian couple that lived upstairs.
Well, that's like a real cats and dogs situation.
Yeah, you never think the Venn diagram. We all learn from Modern Family. They're not supposed to get along. And they're good friends with them. Anyway, though, one of the lesbian couple comes running down, frantically screaming, begging them to open their apartment door. She woke up in the middle of the night. Her partner was trying to kill her. She was on her trying to choke her to death, and they call the police. The police are coming. The partner that she woke up trying to kill her, she jumped off the middle and pinballed down they had a beautiful atrium in the middle where it's like a little garden. She pinballed down, so there was just blood all over
No way.
And then
Are you
she
fucking with me or
landed
no?
in the middle. I am not fucking with, because they told the story, and I was just like, Jesus Christ. And they're helping this girl, but their theory is it wasn't a suicide. They think that because she was like an athlete, kind of like a stocky,
she's a lesbian,
a stocky judo type lesbian. They think she was
judo lesbian?
a judo. You know, one of those judo lesbians.
I know a softball lesbian. I never heard of a judo
She was
lesbian.
a judo lesbian.
Japanese?
Low center of gravity. You can't knock
think it's
her down.
Korean. All right.
And they think she was trying to jump to the other side and to escape, and not actually a suicide.
No.
That's their theory. I mean, these guys, they've seen it happen.
No. I mean, while lesbians are known to be athletic, they're known to be strong, they're known to be powerful, they're not agile.
No.
I don't think they're really jumping building to
I'm
building
not saying
like that.
she was wrong for thinking she could do it, but I do believe that she thought she could do it. And the way that the information has been presented to me, if I'm doing a Netflix docuseries, this is an episode of the show figuring out whether or not she was jumping to her death or to her escape.
These are even how their neighbors die is fun. That's how fun these gays are.
No, they're so fun.
Is there anything? There's not a non-fun gay couple.
Oh,
I've only met fun gay couples.
Absolutely, there are non-fun gay. They just don't live in New York.
Fair.
Yeah. Or if they do, you're not seeing them out.
I only know eccentric gays.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know an intrinsic gay.
New York City proper was built by eccentric gays.
The Dutch.
Eccentric gays and the blacks. The culture of New York. That's why New York is cool and fun.
The blacks don't enjoy being in the same sentence as
I know that, but that's part of what makes New York, New York.
Yeah, you're not going to give Jews credit.
They obviously the real estate and the transactions that led to the building of New York, sure, but we're talking about the culture. Although you're right, bagels, accents,
I was going to say locks.
Bagels, accents, locks. You're right. Yeah. All right. So it was the Jews, the gays, and the blacks.
All right. Sounds like a real Catskills joke.
Yeah.
So the Jews, the gays, and blacks design a city.
I keep leaning in.
Yeah. All right. And they're just chilling in New Haven.
Yeah, they're still in New Haven, which is crazy.
How old?
They're got to be in their early 50s now.
In early 50s, fun gay couple in New Haven.
They don't need to be in New Haven.
I feel like their talents are being wasted.
They're being wasted in New Haven, but they've got... They want to be by the beach, and there's something about New Haven that's just kind of part of them.
By the beach?
New Haven? Yeah, the New Haven beach. They always like being by the water in New Haven.
But that's a terrible beach.
Yeah. You're not telling me new information. We know this. But you need people like that in your city to make it a better city. That's how cities grow.
So do you think... I like this.
Every single city that's doing that is where it is, it's because one brave gay couple moved in. It lived by the beach.
Do you think that's why, like, the South and the West is so underdeveloped, that the gays are so concentrated on the East Coast?
Right, and that's why cities turn sour when you have a place like Austin, because you wrangle all the gays. You put too many gays, you give them too much control, and the city goes to hell.
Right. We need more gay osmosis in cities.
Yes.
That's why San Antonio, it could be a metropolis. We would never know.
Yeah.
There's no gays.
There's no gays?
There was a couple, they built the Riverwalk, and then they said that's enough.
I went to San Antonio when I was a child. I've been to the Alamo.
Why?
We were visiting family friends that lived in Austin. This was before Austin was.
You said, let's make this trip worse.
But like my family, we like to go see like the sites. We were like big sites on family vacations before.
We
back
come
in the day.
from different families.
But we liked the sites.
All right. So you saw the Alamo. You're like, all
right, we remember.
Let's drive 4 hours back.
Yeah. All right, time to go back.
Yeah.
I think that's legitimately what we did in San Antonio. Or like we did like one thing. For some reason I remember like a gondola ride. Is that a thing in San Antonio?
In the Riverwalk.
In the Riverwalk.
Yeah,
I think we were on a gondola in the Riverwalk. And I think I was like, I'm in Venice. I am in
Well, for white trash, that is Venice.
I remember being like 10 years old being like, this is it. I run this town.
Someone went to Venice and said, what if we could do this but with better tacos nearby?
Wow.
San
Antonio.
That's what they did.
That's great.
Yep.
You have a lot of city material in your act.
I'm trying to build out.
You're trying to
a
do
whole
a
city
city act.
I'm trying to be the Juan Nickelone of cities.
You know what you should do is you should, for your special. You ever done a special?
Until I hit 100,000 subscribers.
That's beautiful.
That's going to be my rule.
Mine was until someone offers to make it for me.
There you go.
And I think you should do, it's all cities material. You gain a little weight. It's Titty City. Yeah. Come on.
If anyone, take Nelly for tits or whatever.
Nelly frittata, and no one can take that. That's a good idea.
For that. I need to go to way more cities. All I got to Austin, New Orleans,
you know what I'm
Nashville,
upset about? You
Dublin.
didn't say I need to gain way more weight. You said I need to go to way more cities.
I gotta go. The weight's the easiest part. I gotta go to way more cities. I'm gonna be going to Denver.
What's
Charlotte.
in your Rolodex now? Right? That's
what I got. I got Austin.
San Antonio. It's mostly Texas.
No, well, honestly, I just listen to a lot of podcasts where people go to cities. And I just absorb what they say. I've never been to San Antonio.
But you have material.
I just know it's also very good for crowd work.
Yeah, you're right. You're studying. You're a guy looking at the boards. You're doing analytics.
I have a whole bunch of Midwest material. I've never been there. I have a whole bunch of stuff about Iowa, Madison, Wisconsin. I've never been to any of these places.
That's it's the name of it is the places you'll go.
There you go.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow. And it's kind of like a Dr. Seuss vibe. We put you in a Snuffleupagus costume for the shoot.
Yeah, okay.
That's an idea. That's an idea.
You're hanging out with Metcalf a little too much.
Let me tell you something. This fucking editing, I love it to death, but I think I'm so excited to be done with this. It's just kind of like we were locked in. And we set an arbitrary date because it was going to be either October 20th or 2025. When you look at it this time of year, it's literally like before Halloween or January.
You think no one's watching in between?
I just like, to me personally, it's a time suck. It's a time swirl. What are you looking at?
Making sure this has been recording the whole time.
And?
Yep.
All right.
Pretty sure.
Boy, you're not getting a second take out of me, I'll tell you that.
Oh, we still got the page.
What was I saying?
Working with Metcalf.
Working with Metcalf.
Yeah.
Incredible. But we were busting our ass to get this done. Doing the sketches was also an insane thing that I bit off quite a bit.
How long did that take?
The sketches was way more work than the stand-up.
Really?
Well, just in terms of
a lot of different angles. That's one thing I thought of.
I mean, obviously not way more different work than the stand-up because the stand-up was the culmination of 6-7 years. I mean, obviously. So, like, you're talking about that.
It just felt like more.
It felt like that because the sketches were all between February and now.
And that's from February.
So we were like taping them like one every month or so, and like we were editing them, and it was just
wow.
It's crazy how much.
This is all knowing the specials coming out, or did you do the sketches just to do sketches?
I knew this guy when I met with Pinch Records. Shout out the label.
Shout out Pinch Records.
I pitched a stand-up and sketch special. Like that was the idea. It was always the plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you did they? When did they approach you?
The Candy a few years ago, Candy and Amy, this is back when Amy was still the booker,
right.
They were like, let us know when you want to do a special. And I was like, well, I'm not there yet. Because I was like, I wasn't in a rush, and like I want to do it when I feel good. And then I had a mental breakdown for JFL 2 years ago.
Yeah, when the presentation.
No, I had before I was in JFL, but when I was submitting that year for stand-up, yes. I didn't end up even submitting because it was a 5-minute tape, no crowd work. And I could not find 5 minutes of stand-up comedy without crowd work, and I lost my mind.
What, did they not want modern comedy?
Yeah, they don't want good comedy.
Sorry.
So I lost my mind, and then like I ended up getting in for me and Mike's pilot, but then I was like, why don't I just focus on stand-up? And then I was like, I reached out to Candy after like 6 months later. I was like, I'm ready to do this. And then I lost crowd work for a while. I couldn't do crowd work.
Well, you got to build them a tier.
But I also I didn't even enjoy it. Like I'd be like, what do you do for work? What the fuck am I talking to you? I can't give a fuck what you do for work.
I got stuff to work on.
Yeah, I can't give a fuck what you do for work. Now it's
glass blower.
Glass blower, gay.
That's come on.
And now it's back to being fun. It's back to being more of a balance. But
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
For just like night to night, you mean? Why don't you do a crowd work smash?
I don't. That I would do. I would do, but there is. I like that crowd work is not the point. I use crowd work to go from material to material.
Of course.
Not so much where like it's like 45 minutes to be like, all right, who's next?
Yeah.
Anybody else have a question?
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. Who wants to get lampooned by the roast master? Like that's not what I want.
You're not very Jeff Ross.
Yeah. Even though Don Rickles, one of my all-time favorite human beings.
Unbelievable.
He first name I mentioned in my comedic influences.
Was Don Ricks?
Donnie Ricks.
What other questions did they ask you?
I just posted to my story, so I remember this. They were like, if you could write one episode of a TV show, what show, and what would be the one sentence tagline? Do you want to guess?
Reality TV's out of the question.
Reality TV's out of the question. Thank you for assuming I'd be writing an episode of reality TV.
That's what I would assume. I would say, Gossip Girl. Serena's just coming back from pills.
Wow.
And the line would be, I'm just trying to be me.
First of all, I would do that if it was drama or...
no, it's a comedy. It's one of the funnier episodes.
No, if they said if you could write an episode of a perfect TV show, what would it be?
Yeah.
I would have done that one. But no, I said Seinfeld, episode title, The Big Kiss, description, this week they all kiss.
oh boy. Newman's in too.
Yeah, Newman's in there. Everybody kisses this week.
Yeah.
So those were the kind of questions. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I haven't had any PR training, if you believe it or not.
No, that's clear. That couldn't be clearer. Pinch Records doesn't include that in the package.
That was not part of the package with Pinch. Ooh, we deleted these, huh?
Yeah, those are gone.
God
we
bless.
can pour more. Do you know what we should do?
What?
We should head over to the page.
Switch to the page.
We're gonna head over to the page.
Now the sauce is hitting us. We're ready to really get started.
You thought we did something before. Here we go.